The purpose of this resource is to provide guidance for utilizing scaffolds that are embedded in your EL Education District curriculum. Scaffolding is an instructional method that progressively moves students toward greater independence and understanding during the learning process. It's a temporary support that acknowledges what students already know, the barriers they will face in achieving new learning goals, and the instructional support that will benefit them in negotiating those barriers. Throughout the learning opportunity, we'll focus on examples of scaffolds that already exist within EL education lessons using Lesson 2 from Grade 5, Module 2, Unit 2. An EL Education Scaffold Overview document for elementary ELA grades 2 through 5 can be found in Learning Central under the appendix within each grade level module and in the teacher planning tools for your grade level curriculum. Please refer to this document for additional supports as you plan. The lesson components listed on this slide are where you can locate embedded scaffolds within lessons and will be highlighted throughout this presentation. The design of this lesson supports ELLs by acknowledging and celebrating people from a different culture. ELLs may find figurative language challenging. In particular, idioms may be difficult to relate to because they are culturally bound and students may interpret them literally. Suggest that they keep an idiom log or create a class anchor chart with idioms. Remind them that idioms can be entertaining. Act out some idioms in class and have students act some out, the literal and figurative forms. In Work Time C, students are invited to participate in the first of a series of 2 optional connected language dive conversations. This first conversation guides them through the meaning of a mystery quote. Students then apply their understanding of the structure of the sentence when discussing metaphors in Lesson 3. They may draw on the sentence when writing about the use of concrete language and sensory detail later in the unit. Preview the language dive and consider how to structure the conversation and what you want to focus on. Select from the questions and goals provided to best meet your students' needs. Create or add to your language chunk wall, where students can display and categorize the academic phrases discussed in the language dives. The Universal Design for Learning is a way of thinking about teaching and learning that help give all students an opportunity to succeed. This lesson focuses on reading skills such as inferencing and figurative language that require abstract thinking. All students will benefit from multiple representations in various formats. Consider using pictures in addition to teach inferencing, such as a picture of a kid with chocolate on his face and an empty plate. The inference is he ate the cake, etc. Have visuals of the similes, metaphors, and idioms that you discuss in class. Determine the individual skills that students need to practice most and have them focus on those as they complete the activity. Instead of having students come up with an inference in the opening activity, create sentence strips with the correct inference and ask students to match them with their correct partner, as this will minimize the complexity of the mystery quote activity. Also consider ways of varying the complexity of the figurative language note catcher. Allow for more engagement by using humor to emphasize the difference between the literal and figurative meanings of simile, metaphor, and idiom examples that you choose. Students will be more engaged and be more likely to generalize the lesson's concepts to future lessons.